Hi and welcome, Maria McMahon with you again. And so this is video, 39. It's not video 39, but it's red flag number 39 of the romantic predators. And it is that they cheat on you. And one of the things one of the women in my group shared with me is, he said, 2 things you don't do: cheat or talk bad about your partner. And this is something he said to her when he was first going out with her. And she very soon said, clearly he's been doing both, because he turned out to be a narcissist. Now, narcissists are serial cheaters because they need to have a constant supply of fuel, and one source is never good enough. So they generally have their primary and secondary sources. So if, for example, they're living with you, then you'd be the primary source. And other people that they will cheat on will be secondary. They'll cheat on you with will be secondary sources. Now, they'll sometimes cheat surreptitiously, and then they'll deny any allegations or proof that you come up with. And then, of course, they'll project it back and accuse you of being the one who is cheating. Or they might go the opposite, and they'll flaunt it in your face. And I've heard this happen. I'll tell you about an example in a minute. They'll flaunt it in your face and tell you, to accept it or leave. Now, I've heard this happen. Example, as I mentioned, a woman who told me that her husband of over 30 years walked in one day, and he said basically that he was in love with another woman, and he was going to keep seeing her whether his wife liked it or not. He said she just would have to accept it because she didn't have a choice. And at that point, she didn't. She did put up with it just long enough for their children to get through their exams, and then she told him to go. She didn't want to upset the children, which is understandable. So she kind of gritted her teeth. But as soon as they were through their exams and that was out of the way, she gave him his marching orders, which I thought was great. Now, I've also known many women who swore that their husbands never cheated, but after the discard, they started putting pieces of the jigsaw together, and they realized that their partner had been cheating for years. Now, many women have to stay and put up with this for years before finally getting their heads on straight and deciding that enough is enough and getting out. There are also just as many men out there who are also putting up with this cheating and being really hurt by it, but they're trying to hold on to the threads of a marriage. And I say to them the same thing: stop wasting your precious time on someone who is never, ever going to value you and who is going to continue treating you this way, because this is what narcissists do, and this is who they are. So whether your partner is male or female, if they are a narcissist, forget any chance of happiness with them, because it isn't going to happen. And get out, okay? Often when you're in a long-term relationship with a narcissist, I know it gets very cloudy and you can't see the forest for the trees, because the way they treat you is often just so weird all the time anyway, and it has been for so long. They twist and turn everything into something else. So it's very easy for you to lose the threads of reality. So you might be confused because your emotional compass is off due to the tactics they've been using and you've kind of been accepting for so long. So this is when you might want to think about getting a wake-up call. Look at what's going on, really look at what's going on in the behavior, and listen to the other videos I've done in my series and in other series on my channel, and really step back and look at this behavior, and always ask yourself the question: is this what I want for the rest of my life? Is this what I deserve? And you know, I'm sure I know the answer. And once you know the answer, then you'll know what to do. And that is get out of the relationship. So let's talk about if you are a secondary source of supply. Now, you'll only be seeing the narcissist at certain times because they will have told you certain stories. Do you really have any idea what they're up to when they're not with you? The chances are quite high that they're living with or married to someone else. And that someone else is their primary source of fuel. If it isn't you and you're not living with them or spending a lot of time with them, they are probably doing that with someone else. So that's something to be aware of. And again, all these tips always have to be taken in conjunction with each other. You know, any one single line of behavior isn't going to be cause for huge alarm. But if you're seeing lots of these types of behaviors, red flags, signals, that's when you know it's time to really look out, you know. Coming back to the cheating part, another thing that you'll often find narcissists do is that they will constantly ogle or admire or comment on attractive people. Now, this could be people in real life or people on TV, but even if they don't say it, you get this feeling that you just don't match up. You know, you're not as slim, you're not as attractive, you're not as successful or whatever this person is. And this is another nail in the coffin of your self-worth and confidence, because you just feel undermined, just not up to those kind of standards, even though they're ridiculous standards, you know. It's a tactic they use to keep you feeling small, you know, so you need to be aware of that. So how do you avoid the trap? I think you know what's coming. If you've been watching my series, you know now I'm a straight talker. I say get out. What I will say here is that if you suspect someone is cheating on you, you are probably right. And if someone cheats on you once, they will do it again. So don't fall for the lies and promises if you confront them or you find out and they say it will never happen again, because it will. So if you don't want to be cheated on and belittled and made to feel small for the rest of your life, you know it. Get out of the relationship. Find someone who deserves you. Find someone who is worthy of you. Find someone who'll treat you with respect, okay? So that's it for this video, very short and sweet. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about red flag number 40. And this is all about how the narcissist isolates you from family and friends. And I'm going to be sharing with you what that's all about and why they do it and what you need to do if it's happening. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll hit like and subscribe and come back and see me soon. And I will be bringing you more videos. Okay, see you soon. Bye for now.